The Turlock Journal presents high school football from the field to your screen. The Blitz, sponsored by Moxie Credit Union.
Welcome to the Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Eddie Ruiz.
And this is the Monday edition, and we have coverage from Hilmar at Escalon for the Joaquin section Division 6 semifinal. Hilmar came out on top. If you missed those highlights, click the card and check them out. You don't want to miss this game, that's for sure.
I mean, two TVL rivals and playing for a chance to go to the section championship game. It lived up to the hype. It was a crazy
Absolutely.
game. Obviously,
Let's give some context to this. It's so amazing for Hilmar for this reason. They finished the regular season 5-5. We did not think they'd be in the playoffs. They didn't even think they'd be in the playoffs, and they got into the D6 bracket miraculously. And look at this, a couple weeks later, they're in the championship game against a familiar foe, Modesto Christian. Who could have guessed it?
I talked to Coach Marcus afterwards, after they were, handed the opportunity to go to the playoffs, and they were just rejuvenated, reignited. That was a brand new team out there,
Absolutely.
And they were ready. The way they progressed up to this point from week 1 to now, it's looking like a brand new team, and they are looking tough. Let's see how they approach Modesto Christian, a team that beat them already in the regular season. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but you know what? I wouldn't count out Hilmar just based on the record and based on their previous matchup, because Escalon also beat Hilmar in the regular season, and Hilmar they didn't put a whooping, but they put a pretty good beating on the Cougars. They outpaced them in terms of yardage for sure. That's definite.
Oh, yeah. We take a look at the total yardage. I mean, there was a big gap right in between right there. It was only 250 yards total for Escalon. I believe it was like 440 plus right there for Hilmar.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. That's a big gap I'm talking about right there.
Absolutely. And so let's look at the rushing, because Hilmar, man, they love to run the ball. Their leading rusher was surprisingly Justin Renfro, 13 carries for 109 yards, but not surprisingly, right behind him, Isaac Sharp, 19 carries for 95 yards, and he also had 2 touchdowns. That was amazing.
That was crazy. He also had that kickoff return for a touchdown as well.
Yeah. So man, 3 total touchdowns, 2 offensive touchdowns. Let's clarify that.
Yeah.
So he was for sure the player of the game again, but I was not surprised after his performance against Somerville. But then let's look at the passing game, because Hilmar also got it done through the air. Their quarterback, Tristan Crowley, he performed very well. 11 of 18 for 123 yards.
And then one of the players, or some of the players that didn't get as much recognition, when you take a look at stats, are the line. That line played absolutely great. When you take a look at the entire line, Paul Rocha, Jacob Diaz, you take a look at Jared Collier, Nick Aguilera, to name a couple of guys, and Justin Renfro gave him a lot of credit as well. He said he couldn't have gotten the yardage without his hogs.
Yeah, and let's not forget to give Escalon some credit. It was a very hard-fought game. No surprise, Mello, their running back, 17 carries for 77 yards, and then Lewis, he also got 38 yards on 5 carries. So that's a pretty good effort. They were neck and neck for most of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's a 3-point spread. That is crazy. And sorry to see Escalon go, because, their head coach, it was his final game.
Legend. And obviously, we've spoken to him in the past, and he's such a great guy. We just want to give him a shout out. Mark Lareau, congratulations. You are a legend in this Joaquin section. Everybody knows it, man. Everybody that knows prep football
And so we
knows
know
it.
he's coached Escalon forever, but did you know he played quarterback for Escalon too?
No, I didn't.
So he's a Cougar through and through. Hey, happy
awesome.
sales. Hope you enjoy your time. Now, we're going to talk more about Hilmar High in the weeks to come on social media. So please check out our Facebook and Instagram pages, because we'll have some special teasers. Before we move forward to the episode, let's recognize our sponsor, Moxie Credit Union. Moxie Credit Union, they've been supporting the Blitz for 4 seasons, and they're here to support you for all your loan needs. Whether it's a home loan or a car loan, Moxie has it locked down for you. Visit their storefront on Gear Road and tell them the Blitz sent you. Hilmar versus Modesto Christian. Very exciting. That game will be on Saturday, though, so next week we'll only have 1 episode, but we'll pack it with all the action from that game, and I'm sure there'll be a lot. You can find that at turlockjournal.com. Again, I said Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Find our updates. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, please press subscribe and click the notification bell to get all of our updated content. So until next week, I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Eddie Ruiz. We'll see you Saturday.